run through the tape. In life, never give up, run through the tape.
Man of the hour.
Bounce pass to Austin. And one!
What the Clippers are doing is what good teams do. They continue to find new ways to win.
Rivers and Redick are rolling the Rockets.
The overwhelming play of their backcourt support is only the latest. Now Houston must find a new way to stop it.
It was a blowout, but it's still one game. We'll be all right.
We can come back. Y'all believe.
Trailing 2-1 is not a win-or-go-home situation, but tonight is a must-win for the Rockets to reset the tone of the series. By asserting themselves defensively tonight, they can do something else good teams do. Forget the last game and adjust for the next.
Momentum comes and momentum goes, baby. So you gotta just go play on Sunday.
Their job is to come get one at our home. We haven't accomplished anything yet, but Sunday's a huge game.
Rockets, Clippers, Game 4 on TNT.
Awesome.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
So is floods.
For James Harden and the Rockets, the necessity is a win. We'll see if they've invented a way to get one and tie their series with the Clippers. Chris Paul and company have been lighting Houston up 117 points a game, and tonight they take aim at a 3-1 series lead. What better way to show Mom you love her than to give her a night of NBA playoff action? It is TNT NBA Tip-Off presented by Auto Trader. From Studio J in Atlanta, I'm Lois's son. You are?
Lucille's son.
I'm Annie's son.
Charlie May.
And to all the moms out there, hope it's been a wonderful day and that you've had a chance to rest and be treated for what you do.
Yes.
So there you go. Nothing else on Mother's Day?
No, happy Mother's Day to everyone. I think the backbone of the foundation of the family.
The backbone of the foundation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big words coming out, Brad, tonight. Ernie, I want to give a special shout out. Happy Mother's Day, not only to my mother, but Mama Barkley. I know you're battling the cold. Just want to say, get well soon. I love you very much. Your son, Charles, loves you. My mom loves you very much. We know you watch tonight. Get well soon, Mama Barkley.
Amen to that. This Sunday began with every higher seed trailing in the conference semis, including the Houston Rockets, who have a chance to reclaim the home court edge with a win tonight in Los Angeles. But make no mistake, they have been shredded by a Clipper team shooting 50% in the series, averaging 117 points, and with 7 Clippers averaging double figures. Kevin Harlan and Reggie Miller will have the call with Tracy Wolfson working the sidelines. We check in now with Tracy at Staples. How you doing tonight, Trace?
I'm doing great, Ernie, and you mentioned those numbers, and now they have Chris Paul back. I had a chance to speak with him earlier today, and he said he came out of Game 3 feeling really good. He continues to get round-the-clock treatment on that hamstring, but he told me he is good to go tonight. He will once again be on a minutes restriction, just like in Game 3, but he said he's fine with that as long as he's back out here with his team.
Our starting five, I think JJ said it last game, we didn't play so many minutes together, so many games together. So it's just the confidence that we have, you know, when any one of us is out of the lineup, or even when we practice and one of us aren't in, it's just a little bit different because we're all so familiar with each other. And so me just being out there sort of as the quarterback, I think helps us. It's nerve-wracking sitting on the bench, especially when you're in street clothes. You know, my teammates and even my wife would probably say it's a controlled thing or whatnot, but I like to be a part of the action instead of watching.
Just him being out there changes the whole dynamic. And then it also allows Austin to come off the bench. It allows, you know, our second unit to have a little bit more of a bond. Just, you know, those guys always playing together. So it's great to have CP back, even if it's just for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. He's great at managing the floor, managing plays, and things like that.
And Ernie, you mentioned the struggles of the Houston Rockets. Well, I had a chance to speak with Kevin McHale just a little while ago, and he said his team is still looking for an identity. They have not played with a sense of urgency, with energy at all in this series, and they need to have that tonight to be able to even this series up at 2 games apiece. Ernie?
And Tracy, a happy Mother's Day to you, too. Got a great-looking family, just some great kids. And her husband looks just like Lance Armstrong, by the way. Anyway, so let's talk about the Rockets and the Clippers. And you talk about the offensive numbers L.A. is putting up. And I know you get on me about this, but Houston in the regular season, Chuckster, was the number 6 team in defensive efficiency. We're talking about points per 100 points per 100 possessions. Okay, it's analytics.
That's why they suck, Ernie. Analytics.
But look at what the Clippers have done in this series. They've scored 117. They've scored 109 in a loss and 124 in Game 3, in which they took the 2-1 series lead. So if you're the Rockets, what is job 1 tonight, Shaq?
Well, job 1 is to, play better defense, of course, but you can't let the others for the Clippers get off. Dwight Howard made a comment, you can't let a guy like Austin Rivers come get 25, which is true. Austin Rivers is a pretty good player, but I don't think he should be getting 25 points in a game of this magnitude. And then, you got to know who your shooter is. You can't never let J.J. Redick get 31 points. With the way that, Chris Paul has, been leading the Clippers and, the way that Blake Griffin has been playing, you cannot let the others come in and dominate the game, especially on their home court. If you do that, you're going to be in trouble.
Well, I disagree with Dwight Howard in this regard. You look at analytics does have a place for basketball, and this is when your mind have to take over, and you can say, I could watch the Houston Rockets and say, I don't know what their analytics are, but they're not a good defensive team. And now they're giving up 117 points in this series, which Charles and I basically said this is not something that we didn't expect. But they don't follow the scouting report. That's the problem. Because when Chris Paul, there's 2 things that you would do. You would pressure Chris Paul, and you would stick hip to hip with Redick and Rivers. So if you stick to hip with Redick and Rivers and you make Chris Paul a penetrator, then all of a sudden you don't give up 117 points, you don't give up 25 points, and you don't give up 31 points. But Austin Rivers in high school and in college was a scorer, a guy who could score the basketball. Tonight, he got into a rhythm to score. That last night, he got into a rhythm to score the basketball. J.J. Redick has always been a shooter. His whole life. He is in the NBA because he's a shooter. So if you don't stay hip to hip and follow the scouting report, which Charles and I agree that the Rockets don't do, which makes them a bad defensive team, regardless if you're 6th, 5th, 3rd, or 2nd, you're bad defensively.
And let me say this. First of all, they're not a good defense team. I don't care what those stats say. If you look at the way they play, they force everything to Dwight Howard and let him, because he's a terrific shot blocker. The problem is he can't leave DeAndre Jordan. So their defense is totally compromised. That's why teams are getting all these baskets, because if you run toward anybody, they're just going to have a dunk-a-thon with DeAndre Jordan. So they're in a very awkward situation trying to guard DeAndre, because Dwight Howard has to box him out every single time. But the thing that bothers me the most, Ernie, they're awful to watch offensively. They get a ball to James Harden and says, score on 5 guys or get somebody a wide-open 3. I've watched every game of this series. They don't have a point guard, basically, but they just give the ball to James Howard.
Missing Patrick Beverly, which is really hurt.
Ernie, giving the ball to James Harden and let him dribble, does his little island thing, and if somebody does not guard him, somebody gets a wide open 3, or they don't call a foul. They're so stagnant offensively. They need to speed the tempo of the game up. But it's James Harden or nothing right now.
Yeah, he's turned the ball over in the series 21 times as well. The Rockets need a win tonight, or they're down 3-1 in this series, and you'll see it here on TNT. When we come back, it is Game 4
what a game
in Chicago. Cavs and Bulls. Man, this was something. Auto Trader Drive to the Finals update. Whoa. Chet, did I pass you this afternoon?
Yeah, Kyrie Irving hurt me today.
Yeah, I had LeBron, and so you got Blake Griffin tonight and Dwight Howard tonight. Yeah, I
guess
LeBron.
4th place better than 5th place.
Yeah, we still got
those unbeaten Chuck.
I think I'll be all right. I'll be all right next game,
because
LeBron is coming up next, possibly.
Long way to go. Hey, Derrick Rose coming off the game winner. And Pau Gasol cannot go because of a bad hammy.
That was huge today.
Yeah, Cleveland turning the ball over early, and Chicago takes advantage.
Cleveland came out very, very sluggish. Chicago, like you said, only took advantage of Derrick Rose. I think he took offense to the 14, 28, 2 days, 1 day rest, and the other game 30, tonight 30. He's playing with a purpose right now.
Yeah, Taj Gibson got the start with Gasol out, finishes right there.
Taj Gibson played well, but they're a totally different team. They kind of remind me of the old Bulls.
How about this by D. Rose?
Oh, goodness.
That's a poster right there. Underdog.
You know what, though? This was a great
Freight train.
Give me that. Ooh.
Great game. But this was the Chicago Bulls of past.
Yeah, so what I told you, they too small.
No inside presence.
That was the total.
Gasol's not there. So we've seen this team
too small,
and too small offensively.
Yep,
because
can't
they
get
get
easy basket.
no easy basket.
Yeah, but I think they need a little bit more out of Noah. You know, he missed a lot of
Oh,
chicks.
but Noah's he's not a scorer, though, Shaq.
I know, but he still has to finish.
Nobody was a scorer.
Pick and roll, though.
Nobody was a scorer for 7 minutes in the second quarter for Chicago.
But you know that you look at all those replays; those are contested shots. That's the one thing having a big guy get you.
That's a jump
bully ball.
Too
Bully
big.
ball.
Told you, boy, LeBron got everything.
This all part of a
Except for
16-0 Cleveland run as Kyrie Tristan Thompson. And so they're up by 8.
Tristan Thompson made some money this year.
Kendrick Perkins. Ooh.
Oh, Ernie, I know what that's going on.
Turns into points.
I know what that's going
for
on.
Jimmy Butler.
Kendrick Perkins out there point shape.
49-45 at the half. Cleveland with the lead. D. Rose. 4-3. Rose had 31, his third 30-point game of these playoffs. And this would start a 13-0 Chicago run with Taj Gibson.
I think that was a pass.
No, Chuck.
I think that was a pass.
He needs a finish. I know that's your guy, but he got to finish.
Dude, I'm just telling you, I think that was a pass.
So Cleveland gets outscored 23-12 in the third
that's
quarter.
Great defense.
And LeBron runs over Rose and turns his ankle in the process.
Oh.
Yeah, Derrick Rose said, I'm sacrificing my body for the good of the team, regardless of all the injuries that's happened. This is the playoffs, and this is what it's about.
LeBron.
As big as LeBron is, probably the only part of his body you can hurt is his ankles.
And then LeBron for 3. He's now 2 for 19 in the series from the promised land. So it's 68-61 Chicago going to the fourth quarter. And then they get outscored 25-16 in the fourth. J.R. Smith doing all kind of damage, Shaq.
Yeah, you know, he started off slow, but he got hot there, especially in the fourth quarter when they needed him.
Yeah, he was 1 for 6 the first three quarters.
The Cavaliers almost gave this game away, though, in fairness. They should have won this game quicker.
They would lead 80-73, and then back comes Rose.
Got that bounce, don't he, Kenny?
80-77. It's 82-79 when Noah takes the charge.
That was a great call, too.
Two great calls.
There's one more coming up, too.
Two great offensive
What's
fouls.
wrong with that, Shaq?
That's 3, actually.
Shaq, you can't just run over people, Shaq.
Actually, you can, but, you know, he's moving a little bit.
I mean, he did it, made it.
With the score 84-79, Butler knocks down the 3. So we got a 2-point game, 84-82, and then
this is
watch the trap by Chicago.
Third offensive foul on LeBron James.
And it was a good call, too.
You didn't like this one either?
Come on, Shaq.
Look right here.
Shaq, you just can't knock. Boom.
You can't put your face by people's elbow either, expect not to get hit.
84-82.
Man got to turn, man, to make a pass.
D. Rose ties the game at 84.
What a play.
Well, he expected to get hit, but he expected to get the charge as well.
Now Cleveland's got no timeout, so they get the ball into LeBron.
They got lucky this
And I'll talk about David
They
Blatt
got
in just a
very
second.
lucky, David Blatt.
Because right here, ball gets knocked out of bounds off Chicago. They're going to review it. But meantime, here's what David Blatt was trying to do as they inbounded.
Wow,
they got no timeouts, and he is trying to call a timeout, which means if that's recognized, yeah, they would get their timeout, but it would be a team.
Good job,
you get a free throw and the ball.
You got that right. But they earn in fairness to David Blatt, you get that call in Russia. You get extra timeouts if you want them.
Well, after they reviewed this, they put a little extra time on the clock. Instead of 0.8, it's 1.5, and that was plenty of time for LeBron.
What a shot.
Unbelievable. Game winner. We've had buzzer beaters twice in this series in consecutive games. Rose did it in Game 3. LeBron does it in Game 4.
What a game.
And ties the series at 2 games apiece.
Don't forget my man, Paul Pierce.
Yeah, talking about this
we're
series.
we're not calling jumpers that you bank off the glass. Stop it.
Call, that's a
win
winner,
in.
man.
It went in.
Stop it.
No, you have to have
That's game,
22
Chuck.
Take that shot.
Dude.
Of course
Chuck,
you do.
that's
He
game,
took it.
Chuck.
Come on, man.
He
Stop
wanted
it.
it. He took it. He
Come on,
made it.
dude. Stop
Don't
it.
matter if
That's
it didn't go in the way he wanted it to.
86-84 is the final. Series is tied up at 2
Way to
games
shoot that thing, Paul.
Game 5, 2-0 Tuesday in Cleveland. This is the first time that there have been two buzzer beaters in the same playoff series since the '97 Western Conference Finals between Utah and Houston. Boy, there's a lot to talk about, Chuck, in this game, and a lot of, you look down the stretch, the plays that LeBron, the offensive fouls, and, and to hit the game winner. It was interesting after the game. He said the original play was designed for him to inbound the ball, and that he told David Blatt, no, just give me the ball.
Well, first of all, every star wants the ball. That's why they're stars. But that was just a heck of a shot. Sometimes you have to just shake a guy's hand and says, that's too good. That was a heck of a basketball game. The Cavaliers actually probably should have won the game, earlier. But, the Bulls made some great plays down the stretch. Listen, Mr. Coach Blatt, lucky he didn't get that time out. That would have been devastating, a technical and the ball. But in this situation, LeBron's got to do a better job of passing the ball in the half court, Ernie, because he gets so stagnant sometimes. That's why they got those 3 offensive fouls. He's got to get that ball up. It's just simple numbers. If 2 guys are guarding you, you got to pass the ball. You can't try to be a hero and get to 2 free throws. And they got very lucky today, but you got to take your hat off to LeBron. The guy just made a heck of a shot.
It's part of the thing, though, with Cleveland. I mean, do you look at it and say, look, Kyrie Irving is not Kyrie Irving right now. You don't have Kevin Love either. Don't you expect to see LeBron do what LeBron was doing today?
Well, yeah, but, LeBron is not really a high-volume shooter. And, the situation where he scratched the play, that can either add to your greatness or take away to your greatness. Chuck did it at the top of the key versus the Spurs in the playoffs. Keem did it many times. I've seen Penny Hardaway and Kobe do it. And, Chuck made a great point. All stars want the ball in certain situations, and he said, give me the ball, give me the shot. But, Chuck, I agree with you. A lot of time he gets it and he holds it. He lets the defense set up. If he releases the ball, then go back and get it, I think they can get easier shots.
Well, I think we've seen these Cavs before. This is the first stint Cavs with LeBron there, and we've seen these Bulls before.
Booby Gibson and them?
Yeah, this is that group, and this is the Bulls prior to Gasol coming there. So both teams, when you have that, I think this Cavs team is better. But when you throw Gasol in the mix, he changes the whole complexion because of his ability to command double teams in the post and score easy baskets. And Derrick Rose does not have to take more than 20 shots, never in a game. And if he does, it's actually detrimental. So now he has to do it. And when Gasol is there, if he does it, it actually is detrimental to the team.
You better hope they get him back in there.
And one of the reasons I'm not a big jump shooting fan is because I think it's 2 things when you can pound the ball down low. Number one, it's a lot easier to make a layup and dunk than it is a 3-point shot. But also, you get the other team in foul trouble. Or you get wide open shots when they double. So that's the reason I like to play inside out. Layups, dunks, foul troubles, wide open shots, and free throws. That's why I always prefer teams to play inside out. And they really miss Gasol. Because if you go back, I watched that entire game today.
Well, you get paid to.
Yeah, I would hope that you watched it.
I mean, that's
really
your
good
job.
game.
Well, actually, I was flipping back and forth between that and the golf.
Yeah.
What a hell of a golf tournament that was.
I just said it's
Congratulations, Ricky Fowler. For all you guys said Ricky Fowler was overrated, take that. But I don't know Ricky Fowler, but they call him the most overrated player on tour last week, and he came back and stuck it to him and won the Players' Championship. Congratulations, Ricky Fowler.
What that has to do
obviously
with
you did not watch
86-84 win.
I watched the buzzer beater.
Thanks for your attentiveness.
Watch the buzzer beater.
We got the Rockets and the Clippers coming up at the bottom of the hour.
I'm gonna watch the Clippers Rockets tonight.
We appreciate that too. We'll be back with more in just a second.
Didn't we win Emmys too?
Mom, happy Mother's Day. Thank you for everything you've done for me over the years, all the miles traveled, all the sacrifices made. It definitely hasn't gone unnoticed.
I want to say a special shout out to my mom. She's been the real MVP in my life and so many others. She has such a good heart and so genuine. I couldn't imagine having any other person for a mom. I love you and thank you.
To all the mothers out there, but specifically my mom, thank you for raising me. Thank you for giving me confidence and my sense of competitiveness. I also want to give a shout out to my wife who is celebrating her first Mother's Day. And I love you. You're beautiful. You're the best.
Yeah, I like that from J.J. Redick. And while we're at it, Cheryl Ann, my wife, great mother as well. So I've shouted out Lois, my mom, and
Gwendolyn.
Cheryl Ann. Yep. The lovely Gwen.
Meet the Smiths.
Oh,
my
come on,
God.
man! You don't.
Come on.
How can you fold a promo into Mother's Day? That's
No,
just
she get it.
That's good
I didn't
job,
say what
Kenny.
time
That's
it
just
comes
wrong.
on.
I'll say it, Kenny. What time? Soda Shack. Happy Mother's Day to Soda Shack.
Man, why don't you?
Look at this.
Hey!
Is that Mango or you?
That could be Mango. Hey, Mango.
Does Mango have his own?
Well, I don't dress my pets up like animals. I'm like, hey, there goes Mango on you, America. That's you on the left, Mango on the right. Hey, daddy's girls. Oh, daddy.
Can someone say doggy dentist?
Y'all haters.
Hey, Spencer Hawes got some run the other night.
About time. You can't win the championship playing 6 guys.
Had a couple of blocks, 3 rebounds in 11 minutes.
Happy birthday.
John Burke.